Okay, so in the previous video, I talked to you about trial balance. Okay, we know the first step of accounting process is recording of transaction. Where do we record? In the journal. Second step is classifying them. We post them into the ledger. And the third step is preparation of trial balance. That is summarizing everything. And the last step is preparation and presentation of financial statements, right? Now, why there is a need to prepare trial balance and what is trial balance? Like as we already discussed, that it is a statement showing the abstract of all the balances, right? Debit balance as well as the credit balance of various accounts. Whatever ledger accounts are there, it shows the balances, and that should actually tell you, right? Because it helps us to prepare and present the financial statements. Now, why there is a need? As we discussed, it helps in preparing and presenting the financial statement. Moreover, it helps us to know the arithmetical accuracy of the transaction. And the third is, if any errors have occurred, we will get to know and we can rectify the same before the preparation and presentation of financial statement. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what errors it could be and how to rectify the same. Hello everyone, welcome to Akira's Academy of Accounting and Finance, and today I'm going to talk to you about errors and rectification of errors in trial balance, right? Now when I say errors, we know errors are part of life and we should know how to rectify the same, okay? I know it got more philosophical. Let's get back to the accountancy, right? Now, when I say errors, errors could be like there are certain errors by mistake. I posted into a wrong account by mistake. I didn't tally, I didn't calculated the same, or there is a undercasting or overcasting of certain amounts, or else there could be a completely omission of a partial omission of certain things. So these errors have been categorized into 4 groups. What these error could be? Error of commission. Now when I say error of commission, means I have recorded that particular transaction, but I have committed an error while recording. It's not that I have not recorded it. I have recorded it, but by mistake I have undercasted certain amount, or by mistake I have overcasted certain amount, or by mistake in the ledger account when I am doing the totaling, there's a possibility that the balances is not proper. I have calculated something more or calculated something less. So these are the errors which have been committed. It's not that they have not been recorded. These are the errors while posting to the ledger account, while posting to the trial balances. My purchases are 50,000. By mistake, I posted it as 60,000. So these are the errors of commission. The second is error of omission. When I say error of omission, means I forgot to record a transaction. Now that could be completely forgot or partially. Okay, I completely forgot to record a transaction. I sold goods to somebody, but like I have not recorded that entry, so that won't show in my book. So there is a complete omission of certain transaction. And the second possibility, there could be a partial omission. Let's say I have sold goods to Mr. X. Now I have sold goods to Mr. X worth rupees 10,000. This 10,000 I forgot to record it in Mr. X account. I have shown it in the sales book, in the sales journal book, this 10,000 amount, but I completely forgot to record it in Mr. X account. I didn't debit Mr. X account with 10,000. So that could be a partial omission. The third error could be errors of principle. Now when I say errors of principle, in second chapter we had studied about GAAP, right? Generally accepted accounting principles, the rules, the regulation, the convention, the postulates that a company needs to follow, organization needs to follow while preparing their books of account. And if those concepts and conventions are not clear, that means you have committed an error of principle. There could be like capital expenditure has been recorded as a revenue expenditure, or a revenue income has been recorded as a capital income. That means it is going to affect your books. It is going to affect your income statement. It's going to affect your assets and liabilities. Let's say I purchased a furniture worth rupees 1 lakh. Okay, but what I recorded, I recorded in my purchases. What should be the entry? Furniture account debit 1 lakh to say bank. I gave a check 1 lakh. But instead of furniture, what I recorded? Purchases. When I say purchases and sales, it relates only and only to the goods. Furniture will come under the category of asset. It is my asset. When I am preparing the books, my purchases shoot up by 1 lakh, which is not correct. So this could be the error of principle. And the fourth error could be compensating errors. Now when I say compensating error, means I committed an error in one account, but because of the second account it got compensated. Let's say I sold goods to Duke worth rupees 40,000 and I sold goods to Max worth rupees 4 lakh. So my total sales was 4 lakh 40,000. Now when I posted these in the ledger by mistake in the Duke account, I recorded sales of 4 lakh, whereas in Max account I recorded sales of 40,000. The sales is not affected. Sales is still going to show 4,40,000, but the error has been compensated, right? Similarly, if I am purchasing something, take the example of this only. I have purchased something, I have shown a less amount, right? Let's say 60,000 worth of purchases I have done, but by mistake I showed it as 50,000, right? So this has been undercasted by 10,000. But on the other hand, I have purchased a vehicle worth rupees 70,000 and I showed it as 80,000. So this 10,000 has been compensated by showing the vehicle by an increased amount of 10,000. So these could be the compensating errors. Okay, so these errors, they may affect or may not affect the trial balance. When I say may not affect the trial balance, means what? What is the trial balance? When we prepare, we say the debit balance will be equal to the credit balance. Okay, the debit balance must be equal to the credit balance. But when I say it may not affect, that means what if I have committed an error, the balances will remain the same. Okay, there will be certain errors which will not affect the trial balance. Which will not affect the trial balance means the debit balance will be equal to the credit balance. But there could be certain errors wherein debit balance is not equal to credit balance. So they may affect the trial balance in this case. Okay, here the errors are also there, but it is not affecting the trial balance. It may not affect the trial balance, whereas in this case it may affect the trial balance. Now when I say it may not affect, okay, let's say the trial balance will tally, right? Now when I say it may not affect the trial balance, for example, let's say take the example of this only, purchases and furniture, right? Now when I say I purchased a furniture worth rupees 1 lakh, okay, I purchased a furniture, what should be my entry? Furniture account debit 1 lakh to bank account 1 lakh. Okay, but by mistake what entry I have passed? Purchase account debit 1 lakh to bank account. Now when I am preparing the trial balance, my debit and credit balance was going to remain the same because I have wrongly posted into a certain another account, right? What I need to do now, I need to rectify it. How I will rectify it? The bank account is same. What mistake I have done? Instead of furniture account, I have debited purchase account. What I need to do? I need to debit furniture account and I need to credit purchases account. This should be the entry. I have passed this entry. This should be the correct entry. I have passed this entry which is wrong. I need to rectify it. What I need to do, I have debited purchases, I need to credit purchases. Okay, wherein what I need to debit, I need to debit furniture. So rectification entry will be furniture account debit 1 lakh to purchase account. I need to credit the purchases account by rupees 1 lakh. Okay, or it's, let's say I have sold goods to Duke worth rupees 4 lakh, but I completely forgot to record that transaction in my books. So I'm not showing it as a sales also, I'm not showing it as a debtor also. If the debtors is not there, sales is not there, obviously the trial balance is going to tally. But I get to know from the from the bills that I have sold, from the invoices that I have sold goods worth rupees 4 lakh to Duke. So what, like, I didn't pass any entry. So what should be, it's a complete omission, completely omitted that transaction. So what I need to do, I need to record that entry. What entry I will record? Duke account debit 4 lakh to sales account 4 lakh. Okay, or there is a possibility that instead of 4 lakh I recorded 40,000. Okay, what I recorded, this should be the entry, right? What I recorded by mistake, I recorded in the books as 40,000. I recorded an entry as Duke account debit 40,000 to sales account. So this is not going to affect the trial balance. The sales is 40,000, Duke's account is 40,000, debit is equal to credit. So that is not going to affect the trial balance. Trial balance will be equal, but this is an error which has been committed and I need to rectify it. How I will rectify it? 4 lakh I was supposed to debit it, I debited it 40,000, so more 3,60,000 I need to, this is the rectification entry, this is the incorrect entry, so I need to rectify it by 3,60,000. Duke's account debit 3,60,000 to sales account 3,60,000. Okay, so this is how we are going to rectify the errors if it is not affecting the trial balance. Okay, not affecting the trial balance means debit balance is equal to credit balance. Now we will talk about debit balance is not equal to credit balance, right? It may affect the trial balance. Now it may affect the trial balance means what? I have recorded a transaction. Okay, let's say I purchased goods worth rupees 1,000. Okay, I purchased worth rupees 1,000, but by mistake I wrote it 100 rupees in purchases. Okay, so this is an undercasting of amount. I purchased from, let's say, my creditor ABC. In ABC's account, I am showing 1,000, but in purchases account, I am showing 100 rupees. That means it is undercasted by an amount of rupees 900. Okay, now this is going to affect the trial balance. My trial balance will not tally because my purchases is showing 100 amount, wherein my creditor is showing 1,000 rupees. So there will be a difference of 900. What I will do, I will record it in my purchases account. Okay, there are possibilities, like if at all I got to know while passing the journal entry itself, I recorded 100 rupees. What I passed the journal entry? Purchase account debit 100 to Mr. ABC account 1,000. Okay, now while passing the journal entry only, if I got to know that this error has been committed before posting it to the ledger, what I will do, I just need to cross this 100 rupees and write 1,000 over here. Okay, I'm not supposed to erase it, I'm not supposed to scribble it, like that means you are committing something which is wrong. Okay, what you need to do, simply you need to strike it off and write 1000 rupees. Or else, if the same error has been committed while posting into ledger, the same thing you need to do. You need to strike it off and write 1000. If at all you are not able to do it, you just need to show it in the purchases that it has been undercasted. Undercasting of purchases for the month, whichever month of whenever this has been undercasted, you need to mention it in your purchases account that this has been undercasted by an amount of rupees 900. Okay, this happens when you are preparing your journal entries, when you are preparing your ledgers. Let's say if it happens in the trial balance. Okay, let's say in the trial balance, the debit balance does not tally with the credit balance. It is showing 1000 over here, it is showing 100 rupees over here. So what you need to do, you need to prepare a suspense account. Now what is a suspense account? Before, like, the accountants needs to carry on the process of preparing the books. Okay, now while preparing the trial balance, you got to know, oh, there is an error, the error has occurred of rupees 900. Let us create a suspense account and tally this debit and credit balance, and then we go back and try to locate the errors where the errors have been occurred. If we able to find out the error, we will try to close this suspense account. Let's say if they get to know that the purchases has been undercasted by an amount. Now you have created a suspense account by rupees 900. Okay, what you will do, purchases is 100. Now you have to increase this 900 amount. What you did, you debited suspense account by 900 rupees. Now what you need to do, you need to credit suspense account and debit purchases account 900 to suspense account. You need to close this suspense account now. Okay, this is before the preparation and presentation of financial statements, before going into the next accounting year. Okay, when in these errors are located in the next financial year, then you are not supposed to create purchases account, incomes or expenses account. No, that is a different thing. You will learn it in your advanced accounting at a later stage. Right now we are understanding what effect has to be given before we prepare and present the financial statements. If we are able to locate the errors while preparing the trial balance, how to rectify those errors. And it's not necessary that only one error has been occurred. Okay, there could be multiple errors. Suspense account does not show the error of only one account. May possible that you have overcasted certain thing, you have partially omitted certain thing. Let's say I sold goods to Mr. George worth rupees 5000. Okay, 5000. I sold goods worth rupees 50,000. I recorded it as 5000. Okay, now this is the error which is going to affect the trial balance. Purchases, this is going to affect the trial balance. Now these things are going to affect the trial balance. My trial balance is not going to tally. So the suspense account shows the errors which has been committed into various ways. Okay, and the accountant need to rectify, need to locate these errors, need to rectify those errors. Let's say this 50,000 worth of goods I have sold, okay, to Mr. George. So my entry is George account debit. I recorded it as 5,000 to sales account 50,000. Okay, so there is a difference of 45,000. I got to know how I will rectify this error. I created a suspense account of 45,000. Okay, there's a suspense account of 45,000. Now what I need to do, I need to record it into George account 45,000 more, and I have created a suspense account. I need to close that suspense account. What will be my entry? George account debit 45,000 to suspense account, and this is how we close the suspense account. Okay, this is how we close the suspense account, by locating the errors, by rectifying the errors. So till now we studied what is trial balance, statement showing the extract of balances, what balances, the debit balances and credit balances of various accounts in the ledger. Whatever ledger accounts you have prepared, it shows the balances of each and every account. Okay, why there is a need to prepare trial balance? First and foremost, it shows the arithmetical accuracy of each and every transaction. Secondly, it helps in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. And thirdly, it helps in locating the errors before we prepare and present financial statements. Okay, if we directly post it, then it become a chaotic in the financial statements. So before preparation and presentation of financial statement, it helps in locating the errors. Now those errors could be error of commission, okay, error of omission, errors of principal, or compensating errors. Right, now what to do? These errors may affect the trial balance, it may not affect. When I say it may not affect the trial balance, means the debit balance will be equal to the credit balance. Okay, and we need to rectify it by passing a simple journal entry. Right, but when I say it may affect the trial balance, means what? That the debit balance will not tally with the credit balance. Okay, and if we are able to locate those errors at the time of journal entry, just strike it off, write the amount in the ledger, same, strike it off, write the amount, or else show it as a statement or a note under it that there is an undercasting or overcasting of certain amount, or there is a change in the balances. Or else, if we are able to locate the errors while preparing the trial balance, we know that the trial balance is not getting tallied. What we need to do? We need to prepare a suspense account for the time being and start locating the error. When we locate the error, we need to pass that rectification entry and close the suspense account. Right, so this is how we prepare the trial balance and rectify the errors of the same. I hope you got it. If you face any more difficulties, do let me know. Thank you very much.